John, don't. Johnny.
Faster!
In Iron Man 2, during the party scene where Tony Stark is drunk, things get tense when James Rhodes tries to shut the party down.
Get out.
Although the scene was supposed to be serious, Robert Downey Jr. couldn't stop laughing, even though it wasn't in the script.
Goldstein.
Yes, Mr. Stark.
Give me a fat beat to beat my buddy sister.
In Avengers Age of Ultron, Robert Downey Jr. didn't just stick to the script. He was free to add his own lines and little moments. In the scene where Tony Stark sneaks into a Sokovian lab looking for a hidden passage, he casually says a couple of lines on the spot.
Please be a secret door, please be a secret door, please be a secret door.
Yay. Those lines weren't written at all, and Tony was actually supposed to stay quiet in that scene. Yay. In Spider-Man Homecoming, when Tony Stark and Peter Parker are sitting in the back of Tony's car, Tony leans over and Peter thinks he's going in for a hug. Instead, Tony casually says a line and leaves Peter hanging.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
According to Tom Holland, that moment was completely improvised by Robert Downey Jr. because he thought it would be funny to try
I
it.
think I just tried to hug him. I just thought it would be funny if I hugged him, and Robert's instincts are so good that he was like, oh, I'm not trying to hug you, I'm just gonna get the door.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you.
During the filming of Iron Man 2008, they had to cover Robert Downey Jr. in a liquid to perfectly fit the Iron Man suit to his body, and RDJ kept the entire crew laughing with the jokes he made during that process.
John, don't. Johnny.
Faster!
In Avengers Infinity War, after Tony Stark and Doctor Strange argue right after getting rid of Ebony Maw, Peter Parker tries to jump into the conversation but gets shut down immediately.
2 miles from Earth with no backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're still away. The adults are talking.
It sounds exactly like something Tony would say, but it actually wasn't in the script. Robert Downey Jr. came up with that line himself, which really shows how naturally he fit the character of Stark.
I'm back up.
No, you're still away. The adults are talking.
In Iron Man 2, Tony Stark tells Pepper Potts to wear a surgical mask because she's sick.
I need you to wear a surgical mask until you're feeling better. Is that okay?
That's rude.
That line was actually improvised by Robert Downey Jr. on the spot, since Gwyneth Paltrow was genuinely sick during filming.
I need you to wear a surgical mask until you're feeling better. Is that okay?
That's rude.
No one is safe from Tony's sharp humor, even in serious moments. In the Avengers, as Iron Man and Captain America try to take Loki back to Nick Fury, they're suddenly interrupted when Thor shows up and takes his brother away. Tony instantly goes after him.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Shakespeare in the Park?
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
Director Joss Whedon later said in the DVD commentary that he suggested the first part earlier that day, but the follow-up line was completely Robert Downey Jr.'s idea.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
In Captain America Civil War, during Tom Holland's first Marvel appearance, Robert Downey Jr. added a spontaneous moment in the scene set in Peter Parker's room when Holland missed his mark.
I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
Instead of stopping the scene, RDJ improvised a line as Tony Stark to subtly tell him to move over.
I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
That moment wasn't planned at all, but they kept it because it worked perfectly and helped set up the fun dynamic between Spider-Man and Iron Man that fans love.
Spider-Boy?
Spider-Man.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Have you ever wondered what inspired the shawarma scene? It actually came from Robert Downey Jr. himself. In the Avengers, right after nearly sacrificing himself to save the world, Tony Stark casually suggests grabbing shawarma nearby. That whole idea was improvised by Downey, and it ended up leading to the iconic post-credit scene with all 6 Avengers sitting together in silence. If there's one thing you wouldn't want to redo, it's smelling a grown man's stomach. It's already awkward and pretty gross, but Robert Downey Jr. had to go through it again after Zach Galifianakis messed up the take.
He smelled my stomach.
Okay, you still got it.
In the Avengers, during the tense meeting scene with S.H.I.E.L.D., Tony Stark calls out an employee with a funny improvised line.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Director Joss Whedon liked it so much that they kept the moment and even added CGI later to the screen to make it look like the employee was actually playing the game. In Avengers Endgame, the paper football scene between Tony Stark and Nebula wasn't originally planned by the directors. Robert Downey Jr. and Karen Gillan actually came up with the idea themselves to show how the characters were passing time while stuck in space.
And you've won.
In Avengers Age of Ultron, in one funny moment, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark tries to make a serious point to Thor, but Chris Hemsworth seems to forget his line and just nods awkwardly, leaving RDJ with nothing to play off. Thinking fast, Downey comes up with a savage line on the spot and keeps the scene going.
Larger sense of this, it is what we need. So you're gonna leave me here with an omelet on my face again?
In Due Date, there's a scene where Robert Downey Jr. is riding in the back of a shaky car on a bumpy road. The ride gets so rough that he can't stay in character, so he just goes with it and breaks into a spontaneous little dance. In Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. plays a wild parody of an over-the-top method actor. In one funny moment, he delivers a line in a ridiculous accent while doing a forward dive roll, and that bit was completely unscripted. In Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, there's a scene where Michelle Monaghan is supposed to slam the door in Robert Downey Jr.'s face, but she misses her cue. Downey is left awkwardly standing there, so he ends up ad-libbing for much longer than expected.
I just have this feeling in the sense about please slam the door about us, and I just don't.
In one scene from Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to show Tony Stark's cool confidence with a big arm move, but it ends up looking too funny, and he suddenly starts laughing and can't keep it together.
Hit him! Hit it! Ha!
We always cover the ass.
Even though Tropic Thunder got Robert Downey Jr. an Oscar nomination for how well he played the role, behind the scenes, his crazy, over-the-top accent kept making the crew laugh, and they broke down many times.
Please come enjoy dog face for dinner.
On top of that, he would randomly throw in silly, improvised lines in that same wild voice, making it almost impossible for anyone around him to stay serious.
I have a donkey vagina for dinner. Yesterday I have cat face for breakfast.
In the Avengers, Robert Downey Jr. used to hide snacks around the set for when he got hungry. In one scene, he randomly offers Chris Evans some blueberries, and the moment feels so natural that they kept it in the final cut.
Dirty secret shield has ever tried to hide blueberry?
In Avengers Endgame, the emotional scene where Tony Stark returns to Earth, angry and broken over failing to save Peter Parker and everyone else, had Robert Downey Jr. so deep in the moment that he would act out in ways that weren't in the script, and it got so unexpected that James Rhodes almost broke character.
You know what I need? I need a shave. I need a shave.
In the Avengers, during the argument scene between Captain America and Tony Stark, Tony's reply to "What are you without the suit?" was actually Robert Downey Jr.'s idea, and Scarlett Johansson's reaction in that moment was completely real.
Take that off, what are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
In Tropic Thunder, it almost feels like Robert Downey Jr. isn't playing the role, but the role is playing him as he nearly slips out of character many times during the movie.
What the hell does that even mean?
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
It's funny how even his most chaotic takes still felt good enough to use, and somehow Jay Baruchel managed not to laugh, which made the whole absurd moment even better in the final cut.